There's one word that changed everything in my career. It wasn't yes, it was no. And yet for years, I couldn't say it. Not to my leaders, not to my team, not even to myself. Because when you built your identity around being dependable, saying no feels wrong. It feels like failure, like you're letting people down. But here's the truth. Every time you say yes, when you mean no, you don't just lose time. You lose self-respect. And that's what I want to talk about today. The freedom that comes when you finally stop saying yes out of fear, and the kind of leader you become when you learn how to say no. Because leadership isn't about being everywhere. It's about being clear about where you truly belong. So, if you've ever felt torn between pleasing others and protecting your fears, this conversation is for you. For most of my career, I worked in high-pressure environments. Vision 2030, the Royal Court, projects that carried the weight of entire departments, entire nation, to be honest. The expectations were clear. Deliver, always, and I did. Every deadline met, every request fulfilled. But somewhere in between all the yeses, I started to disappear. Every yes that made me look strong on the outside slowly made me invisible on the inside. I was leading teams, solving crises, mentoring teams, managing deadlines. And when I went home, I would switch into another role. Mother, daughter, friend, the provider, the woman everyone could depend on. By the time the world saw me again at 9 a.m., I'd already lived a full day. People saw the calm, the control, the competence. People saw the strong leader. I saw someone who was quietly exhausted. And that's what people don't tell you about success. You can be winning on paper and still losing yourself in the process. I realized that I was doing everything right externally, but feeling empty internally. Because leadership without boundaries is not leadership. It's survival, disguised as excellence. One project changed everything. We were working on a critical nation launch. The deadlines were impossible, the stakes were high, and everyone looked to me for the final call. A senior executive requested a major last-minute change. Everyone waited for me to say the usual thing. Yes, we'll make it happen. But that day, I didn't. I took a deep breath and said, no, not this time. 1,000 thoughts ran through my head. What if they think I'm weak? What if I lose credibility? The silence in that room felt endless. You could hear the tension. I could feel the discomfort. For a second, I doubted myself. But that no came from clarity, not fear. It came from protecting my team and protecting the integrity of our work. Saying no didn't make me careless. It made me clear. And clarity is what built real trust. That moment didn't just shift how others saw me. It changed how I saw myself. The days after that decision were uncomfortable. People questioned me. Some of them thought I was too rigid. Some thought I was scared. But a week later, my team came to me and said something I'll never forget. They said, that was the first time we felt protected by a leader. That one sentence changed how I saw leadership forever. Because it reminded me that leadership is not about saying yes to everything. It's about having the courage to protect what matters. Courage to say no. That's when I realized boundaries don't make you less respected. They make your yes worth something again. People don't follow leaders who never say no. They follow the ones whose no has meaning behind it. Being liked is easy. Being trusted, that takes clarity and courage. Let's look at this from a psychological angle. Studies from the Journal of Occupational Health Psychology showed that leaders who set boundaries experience 40% less burnout. Here's what actually happened. Every time you say yes when you want to say no, your brain triggers a stress response, cortisol spike. Your focus narrows, and your body goes into silent defend mode. Because every yes activates your brain stress response, we are wired that way. The human brain equates saying yes with staying safe. It's a survival instinct. But in the modern workplace, that instinct often hurts us more than it helps. You don't lose safety when you say no. You lose it when you betray your own boundaries. Because when you say yes to everything, your brain stays in alert mode. Cortisol rises, focus drops, you lose the creative and emotion energy that leadership demands. Saying no is not rejection, it's self-regulation. It's the brain way of creating safety again. And that shift from guilt to groundedness is where leadership begins. When I translate it into coaching, I started to notice something powerful. No matter how different the titles or industries, the pattern was always the same. Brilliant minds, relentless drive, and underneath it all, quiet exhaustion. One client told me, I felt guilty saying no to my team. And I smiled because I understood that feeling. We started small. She chose one evening a week for herself. No emails, no calls, no guilt. Within a few months, her performance improved. Her team respected her more. Because when a leader sets boundaries, it gives everyone permission to do the same. That's what leadership looks like. Not control, clarity. Not sacrifice, sustainability. Here's what I've learned after 2 decades in leadership. I've realized something simple, but life-changing. Saying no isn't rejection, it's direction. It's self-respect in action. It's a way of saying, my energy is secret. My values are non-negotiable. My peace matters. Leadership isn't about being everywhere or pleasing everyone. It's about being fully present where it matters most. So if there's one thing you take from this video, let it be this. Every time you say no to something that drains you, you say yes to something that defines you. The goal is not to be the leader who never disappoints anyone. It's to be the leader who never abandons herself or himself. Take a breath. Think about what you've been saying yes to that doesn't serve you anymore. And ask yourself, what's one thing you will say no to this week? Because that no could be the start of a completely different kind of leadership. And most important, yes, of your life. If this made you pause, stay. This is a space for leaders who want calm, not chaos.